Hi everybody, my name is Sharon Quinn. I am the original runway diva and you are watching Model Behavior. Today my guests that are joining us are Tricia Campbell and Larissa Laurel. They're both fit models. The subject we're going to be covering today is going to be called All About Fit. But before we get into that, let me tell you a little bit about my guests. Tricia Campbell is a supermodel, motivator, entrepreneur, and trailblazer who is gaining recognition as a symbol of confidence and a voice of encouragement to women everywhere. Hailing from Montego Bay, Jamaica, Tricia has always been surrounded by the love and support of her family. Tricia took bold steps towards realizing her dreams by attending the Fashion Institute of Technology here in New York City. After earning a degree in fashion design, Tricia began working for a noted fashion designer. While working for the designer, she was often asked to double as a plus-size model. Many opportunities later, Tricia became in demand, a full-time plus-size model, and requested by numerous fashion industry leaders. She has been featured on the pages of publications like O Magazine, Essence, Glamour, Vogue Curvy, and has been represented brands that include Ashley Stewart, Lane Bryant, American Rag, Miss Tina, House of Darion, Rocawear, and Jessica Simpson. Her runway credits include BET's Rip the Runway, Caribbean Fashion Week, and Full Figure Fashion Week. Welcome, Tricia Campbell, to Model Behavior.
Thank you for having me, Miss Sharon.
Larissa Laurel has been modeling since she first arrived in New York City from Corpus Christi, Texas in 1998 to pursue a career as an actress. At the suggestion of her roommate, who just happened to be a plus-size model at the time, she noted that there were no Hispanic models. Larissa began visiting prospective agencies with plus-size divisions, but unfortunately at 5'7" in height, she was told that she was too short. So when an opening for an agent's assistant opened up for her at her roommate's agency, she figured it would be fun to work in the industry. After 2 months of working there, the owner sent her on her first go-see, and she booked the job. From there, she quickly became one of the top fit models in the industry, and was the urban fit model for all the brands, including but not limited to FUBU, Rocawear, Apple Bottoms, US Polo, and Baby Phat, along with Darion. She has been a fit model for personal clients like Queen Latifah and Oprah. Because of her unique look, she broke the barrier of height restrictions, and she did editorial work for her clients Latina, Bust, BBW, and Oprah magazines. Her curvy figure has helped usher in a fit that American women were looking for but were unable to find. She continues to do fit and also print and showroom work. Her modeling has helped support her other career of acting and singing, which is the reason she moved to New York in the first place. And she has also appeared in TV's infomercials, commercials, film, and stage. Welcome, Larissa Laurel, to Model Behavior.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
All right, let's get right to it. Now, I told you the topic is all about fit modeling. Yes. And you guys are veterans in this industry. Definitely. So I want to talk about fit, because I think a lot of people can confuse fit versus print and all the other different types of modeling you can do. So let's talk about what is fit exactly. What does that mean?
I'll share. Yeah, I'll share my definition of fit, because people are always like, "What do you do?" I always like to tell people and tease them, it's like the black sheep of the modeling industry, because nobody knows about it so much. However, it's one of the highest paid in the industry. And what it is, it's basically you're a living mannequin. So you go into a showroom and the designer or technical designer, or both, work with you. You try on the clothes, and you need to know a good basic knowledge of pattern making and also fit, which means, okay, is this rise good? Does it feel good? Can I sit in this? Is this something that I would buy myself? And they want that feedback from you. So that is what fit does. And then from there, they make their adjustments and send it to usually China or something like that, bring it back, and once you have the final say, then they mass produce it.
Okay, so but you said that you need to have a knowledge of pattern making.
Yes.
Why is that important?
Because you need to be able to tell the technical designer who is just technical, this front rise is too long. Take up.
I'm gonna jump in. Okay. I don't agree with that. Sorry, Larissa.
No, I didn't take the. I learned on the job. I'm just saying the new models, especially like the agencies tell them to know pattern making. But if you're on the job, I learned it on the job.
Right.
But I also have a theater major.
The thing. You're gonna learn on the job, because they normally use just regular models who did print or whatever and turn them into fit models. So you learn on the job.
Yeah, and you do learn pattern making. Well, you learn pattern making, the jargon, the definitions of that. So I will defend that, because when I did book my first go-see, is because I did have a theater background and costume knowledge. Okay. And so I was able to say, oh, you know, the hem in this is too long, or things like that. And they're like, okay. And I was like, this is my first time. Yeah,
but you can't, if you don't have like design knowledge or draping or pattern making knowledge, you can't let that stop you from going in on a, you know,
you still go see. If they like, if they still like it, they'll like you.
The most important thing to be casted as a fit model is your measurements. Right. That's what it's all about.
Staying that way.
Yeah, and we're going to come back to that. But they're looking for specific measurements. So you have to fit the clothing, right?
Your chest, maybe 44, 36, 45. If Levi says, okay, Tricia, we need you to be this exact, your waist is 36, hip is 46, that's exactly what they're looking for.
For them, though.
Right, for that particular designer.
Right. Yes. So it differs from client to client. Yes. But you have to be those specific measurements. You can't be a half an inch off.
No, you have to be, it's what they think is a perfect size 18 or 16, whichever they're fitting on. You have to fit those dimensions.
That's where the living mannequin comes in. You have to be the same. So as far as for me, my longest client that I have is over 9 years, and my body is the same measurements for the whole 9 years, because I eat the same thing all week long, and then on the weekend I splurge, and plus I work out. We are plus size models, but we do work out to maintain our size, because it is our job. I'm a full-time fit model.
Right, and
9 to 5.
Really quick, just the same, because we've been in the industry almost the same time, and we beat out girls who are in their early 20s because we do work out. A lot of plus models who get in the industry, they think, I'm chubby, this is how I need to be. They don't work out. You have to be firm. You still have to present yourself in a good curvy way.
And you're running around all day. You're traveling sometimes all over the world, like China, Egypt, all over, and running around in Manhattan to different studios. So you have to be fit. That's another thing.
That's a good point that you guys brought up, because you know, a lot of these the people coming up in the industry today, they don't realize that. Well, when you think of fit, like you said, it's the black sheep. It's the thing that nobody really wants to do, because maybe it's not as glamorous as doing editorial print.
But your body
or
is on the hanger.
But
everybody's wearing your body.
It's always about that's a good way of looking at it. But for me, it's about that. It's about the coins. And I've worked a couple fit jobs, but it hasn't been steady work for me, because quite frankly, I like to eat, and I don't monitor my measurements like that. I don't. But the money, you can just do a couple fit jobs,
and you're set.
And that's all. You don't even have to get a regular job if you get steady clients, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So actually, that's what happened to me. I started out as a fashion designer, and the company that I work for, actually, they would always ask me to model, to fill in for their fit model, because I guess that model that they have, she was a supermodel fit model. So I was doing this for free. So one day I actually...
Free?
Yeah, like I was a designer, so I was getting paid, like, you know, my salary. And I was trying on stuff for free. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you need me to throw it on, I'll throw it on. And I saw her voucher one day. That's where, you know, the models sign up to get their pay and everything. And I said, how much is this lady making? I'm gonna find out about this. Because I loved it when they did it. So, and that's what I did. Went out, got an agency, and that's how I started my career.
And plus models usually make more than a straight size, which is usually a 6 or an 8 model, because of the fact that it's a specialized form, and you have to fight to keep the weight on.
Now let me now I've met plus fit models who are past the size 14, 16, 18.
Oh yeah, depends. So it's the most popular size is a size 18, a Missy 18, a woman who is, say, maybe like 215 to 220 pounds. That's the true supermodel, fit model in this fashion industry.
And this is where I come in, because I'm curvy, so I'm a different fit. I've got the smaller waist, the hips. So that's where I'm different than a Missy.
You got the bodycon dress body.
Exactly. So Missy fit will make more, because there is still a Missy fit standard that the U.S. does, but the market has opened up since 2007. It's opened up to the curvy.
Do they do tall?
They do tall. They do
I don't see a
tall.
lot of that, and
I
that
know.
missy stuff doesn't fit me because I got long legs.
No, they are starting to do curvy. They're doing petite, so there are opening of the market. It's just harder. The bigger fashion houses like Macy's, who's taken over a lot of the divisions, have included petite, tall. They've also included a bold shape, so if you got a little bit more junk in your trunk, it's easier for you to wear the pants.
What if you got junk in your front? Because
yeah, the apple shape. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm known for
That's
more my belly.
exactly.
So
That's already
I'm
done.
like the opposite. I do like the more the
Oh, that's what they
heavier
calling it, the
in
apple
belt.
shape?
Apple shape. Yeah, it goes by the shapes.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Inverted triangle, apple shape. Yeah, all of that.
Okay.
Curvy.
Yeah.
So is there, who can do it? Who's a prime candidate for having a career in fit, and more importantly, who isn't? Because nowadays
everybody's trying to do
these
it.
chicks think they can. They think,
Right.
well, I could do print, then I can do fit.
The number one thing is you can't be a diva.
Right.
That's number one.
Why do you say that?
Because you are going in and you're working with so many different personalities. Sometimes when I go into fit, believe it or not, it's sometimes 6 to 7 people, different personalities in one room. And you're standing in front of these people, and sometimes they're criticizing you. Oh, are your arms long
Yes.
today, Tricia? Did you gain any weight today? So you have to have a very thick skin, and sometimes you have to
absolutely.
just like brush things off your back.
Because they will talk to you like you're a mannequin.
So if you,
and pin you sometimes.
yeah,
like you're a mannequin.
and you have to remind them, look, I'm a living
human.
person. I'm not just a mannequin, a foreign mannequin. I'm a living person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so.
If they like you,
Oh, they'll keep you for
then
years.
you work.
Oh yeah, and
Absolutely.
maintain those measurements.
Yes.
And you will be, and have your knowledge.
So maintaining the measurements is key.
Right.
You can't,
And
you can't stray beyond.
Right, and you can know because you know your body. There are times when it's like, especially being a woman, we fluctuate and be like, okay, just let you know I'm a little half inch in my lower hip today. They're like, thank you. Instead of them going crazy and thinking, why is it tight or what's happening? It's just like, I'm a half inch.
Yeah.
Give me 2 weeks, it'll be off. Or
And
give me a week.
you can't
it's
lie
off.
to these
Yeah,
people.
you can't lie.
Because
They know.
our bodies more than we know our own bodies.
Absolutely.
Well, I don't think you should lie
No, it's not. A,
in this business any old
Or
way.
ask,
One, because they're gonna, they're gonna see you. So
They know, right off the bat.
Well, here's another thing that makes someone who can do it. You have to be a hard worker because this industry, there's lots of girls who have the romantic ideals of becoming a model. It is hard work. It is not easy. You're schlepping around with all your stuff, and your bags, and this, and shoes, and pads, and things
Sometimes
like that.
we
You
don't
need-
even get to
you
eat.
said pads.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I have to pad up because my acid is my derriere, but sometimes I pad up because if I'm going into a dress that like Tricia has to wear, then I need to pad up here. Again, if she's going to a dress that I wear, she pads up here. So we all, nobody's
So we are
perfect.
the reverse,
We
actually.
are. When we've done that, we've done, she's done tops, I've done bottoms.
Right.
We've actually worked a lot of years together.
Yeah.
So
how-
it's interesting.
where do you get pads from? How do you?
I get mine from Fredericks to Hollywood. I wear a
Hollywood.
Spanx with the hip and the butt on the back.
Victoria's Secret has some. I've
Oh.
also
Oh, yeah.
found the idea of going, and since we're in the garment district and that's where we do a lot of our work anyway, there are these pads that you can buy for swimsuits, and they're in different densities, and they're like $2 each. You put them in, they're great for dresses. A lot of drag queens actually do this, and they put them in their costumes. And it's fabulous.
You know what? Now that you said that, I have seen it.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
whole
I have seen
the
it.
whole silhouette.
So
Boobs look better than mine. Okay.
Yes.
that's why.
And so, how profitable do you think is fit more profitable than print? Maybe.
Here's the thing: one print job a year, you could be pretty much set anywhere from 5,000, 10,000, depending on how much the client wants to put, or
Depending
the
on the
product is, the
campaigns
campaign
that you
exactly.
book, right.
However, fit is steady, and that's why. And the least amount that I know that a plus fit model makes, the least is $200 an hour. So if you've got to study, you're doing good.
Do 2-3 hours a day? Not
No.
even. Is that
How
the
about
normal
8
booking?
hours?
Yeah.
8 hours is cute, but that's got to be tiresome too.
It is hard.
That's why I tell
That's
you, you gotta
exhausting.
be
Hard. You
very,
gotta stand
be
and
fit and
Yeah.
like have a lot of stamina. That's what I call it.
One more thing.
I
You're
love
not,
it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
One
You
more
gotta
thing
love
is
it.
like you're not going to go into fancy showrooms. A lot of these things, you are working in the back part of the design industry. So you might be going into a warehouse where it is sweaty It is not very clean, and you got to try on the dresses and be professional as anything. But it's not about like going into a showroom and being, you know, looking beautiful. You're sweating. You're hungry. You're thirsty.
And this is talking about sweating. The other thing is to where I say you can't be a diva because all the seasons are forward. So in the summertime, you're actually fitting heavy wool coats.
Yes.
And in the wintertime, we're fitting swim.
Yeah,
so you have to, everything is like a year in advance for us. Because right now, my mind is like, oh, swimsuits.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about the perks, though. It's got, I mean, you must, clothing. Do you get clothing?
Actually, right now, I'm wearing one of my clients' dresses. This is Fashion to Figure. And they're one of my favorite clients because I love their bodycon dresses. So, yeah, this is on me. Yeah.
And you get a lot of perks, or is that like the norm? Do you have clients that maybe try to give you clothing as opposed to maybe money?
No, because it is about your business. So everything is through checks and balances. Is
it good to have agent representation, or can you do that without agency representation?
Well, it's funny that you should say that. We've done through both instances. Every model will tell you that. Of course, when you're under contract, you're not supposed to, I mean, when you're under contract, you're under contract. But when you break that contract or when the contract is over, you have freedom. And I always tell clients, because I've written for Plus Model magazine for years, and I always say, you can work as a non-signed model. You just have to be smart about it and do your paperwork. And professional about it, yes. But you also have to do paperwork and keep track of everything.
Of your money, accounting is very important. Yeah, you have to keep track of that.
Why is it important? I mean, I know why, but
exactly.
Well, it's important to keep track of your money because you don't get paid like every week.
Yeah.
And you're working, say if you have like 10 different clients, you have to keep track of, okay, when did I do my job?
Right.
How long are they taking to pay me, and know the accounting systems at those different companies.
And also the laws, because New York law, a client can take up to 90 days to pay you.
Yes.
And they will wait. Some of them
till 90 days to pay you.
And if you've forgotten or you have nothing to show for it.
You have to keep a track of
absolutely.
Now, so you have to create your own invoices as well,
Yes, you do.
Right?
Yes.
Is there a program that
There's an app that I personally use. It's called Invoice to Go. And it's great. It keeps track of everything, you know, when your money comes in, you just check off, you know, who is paid and who is, you know, not paid yet. So you know everything that's going on. And it's good for your taxes. That's another thing.
That's another thing.
Because you have to pay your own taxes.
1099.
Okay, 1099. And it's also good to, as a model, to become incorporated, because then you pay less taxes and you're a corporation.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yes, definitely. I am a corporation.
Because you're your own business,
yes,
particularly if you're freelancing and
definitely
stuff like that.
So it's a lot better. Yeah.
And I do the vouchers the old-fashioned way. I have them printed with my name and information, and that way I get a signed signature from the person. But that's how I do my accounting, because it's
so you order your own personal vouchers.
Yes, because they want a written thing for their accounting department themselves. So,
so you mentioned the 1099.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've all been broken into that one.
From my own experience, you get a lot of trouble if you don't do that right.
Yes.
Is there with the 1099? You have to report a certain amount, right?
You report everything that you make, because it's still the client is still reporting to the government what you're making.
Yeah. So you have to.
Right. So if you don't do it, they'll do it, and they're going to come after you.
Yeah, so if they forget to send you that 1099 slip before tax, the month that's due, and you forget, you'll get penalized because they think you're cheating the government because you're not reporting that music.
From the IRS, not a big check.
You'll be writing a big check.
Yeah, writing a big check. Sorry.
So tell me, let's talk about. Tell me about your worst experience as a fit model.
Oh wow, my worst experience.
Yeah, because you've talked about how wonderful it is. You must have had some.
I think my worst
learning experiences.
My worst experience is actually not showing up on time. That's what happened, and I actually, there's clients who will. They will
1 minute late, they will call your agent, and your agent will just scream.
They'll and they'll just bye Tricia. That's it. We had to replace you.
I've heard this has come up in almost every show that I've taped thus far.
Okay,
it is punctuality is key.
Definitely.
It is.
Because time is money. Remember, in fit modeling is very, very important.
Yes.
Because it's on an hour basis, that's our rate on an hourly basis. Or if they book you, sometimes you have even 4-hour booking, 4-hour fittings.
Yes.
And if you're not there on time,
you throw everything
because
you're not the only one. They may have fittings right before you may be walking in when another model is walking out.
And sometimes they have like meetings with Asia. Where they're taping video fittings, LA, all over the world, and you have to be there. Sometimes I'm here in the city, 3 a.m. in the morning, because in China, you know, it's a day ahead. So that's like overtime also. So you know, time and a half. Yeah, it's a very fascinating industry, and I love it. For all the years that I've been doing it, I love it more and more because I come from a design background. So I get to see all the new fabrics, all the new silhouettes, prints, everything before it hits the stores.
And it's great when you see a girl on the subway or even just out in America wearing your clothes. I mean, I love it when, especially when like Darion, I see different girls wearing it, and it's amazing to see how it fits their body even though I'm a different shape or things like that. And then I come back to the clients and tell them I saw this and she was a completely different, you know, body type, but it looked great on her, or you know, girls wearing them tighter than they probably, you know, who knows, but it's good to come back to see that.
You know,
really
your hard work has paid off.
Okay. You had a bad experience you tell us about?
Okay, my bad experience is this industry, no matter what, even if though it's not about your face or it's not supposed to be about your age, because what I mostly do is the curvy junior lines, which you do junior as well. One of my clients had heard that I was maybe in my 30s. They just assumed I was in my 20s, which is very lovely. But I never talked about my age.
Never ages.
Yeah, we never age. So I was just like, sure, whatever. And then we're talking to some girl, one of the assistants, and she was like, well, how old are you? And I was just like, well, I'm, you know, in my 30s. And she was just like, oh. The next day I went in, the technical designer said, I need to talk to you. I'm like, well, why? She's like, because of your age, we know that your body's going to change in the next 2 years, so we need to get rid of you now.
Ooh.
So, which is really kind of funny because my body's actually gotten better. Tricia can approve to that.
Definitely.
So it's amazing how they have this idea in their head how, you know, oh, your boobs are going to drop, your tummy's going to get bigger. None of that happened actually. So I did get released.
Isn't that discriminatory though?
You can't do that in modeling or acting. There's no discriminatory law. It is
just like in acting.
what is it? There's a certain word for it. Hire at will. Hire at will.
Oh, okay.
And you can be let go for no reason. There's no laws for us or unions for us to fight for us. It's completely, they can be flippant one day. They can get a new technical designer and bring in their own model, which has happened for both of us.
I've gotten a lot of jobs that way too.
Yeah,
once,
that's true.
you know, certain designers love you.
Yeah, they bring you on.
Technical designers, and they say, you know, they move from say Donna Karen to Zach Posen. Hey, Tricia, I'm now at Zach Posen. Come on over to Zach Posen. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Clearly, I didn't know anything about. I thought I knew some stuff. I know nothing.
No, because they know your body, and they don't want to learn a new body type. They already know your personality, and they know if you're punctual or not. Or
and remember, they're new at that job, so they're trying to prove themselves, and they're trying to keep this job. So they don't want another fit model that they know nothing about. You know, and there's a lot of fit models who are supermodels. Remember, our bodies sell these clothes. Right. So if anything is off, and they get blamed or you get blamed, that's it. The whole team is fired.
Yes, that's true. It goes to fit model first, and then it goes down the line.
Wow.
So there's a lot of pressure on us. I mean, it's not, you're not just a pretty face going in and that's it. A lot of pressure is on us because we are making them the money.
Right.
You know, I had a couple episodes ago, I had Dale Noel, who is the owner of True Model Management, and she talked a little bit about fit, but she also said that nowadays a lot of print models are making the transition over to fit because they know see how much and they know how much money you can make there. Right. Now, how do you feel? But you guys, it's
a little different in Plus. But it's a little different.
We do both.
Yeah,
so
it's different with Plus. I'll tell you why. Because Plus, they don't want you to be too tall. Or they just have a standard. And it's funny because I've fought with my clients for years. For some reason, a lot of clients get in their head, oh, if you're fatter or chubbier or gaining weight, you're going to shrink. I don't know why they have this concept. But they want to make the pant legs shorter. They want to do this shorter, the dress shorter. I'm just like, no. You have very tall women in this country. You need to remember that. Just because New York, because the demographic in New York, which I'm from Texas, we got a lot of tall girls in Texas. But New York is...
They're coming out taller.
Yeah, they are coming out taller. So, and I forgot why I was saying that. What was I saying that?
About
That's so funny.
Tall.
Yeah, tall. Oh, I don't know anymore. I'm sorry, but I was just like so passionate about that. Like longer inseams.
Yeah, I have a lot of that 30-inch inseam it kills me. It's hot water.
I just believe, like, coming from a design background, really, my whole thing is that I wish every company would just have 3 different fit models.
Thank you.
And fit right along those lines.
It would be wonderful.
And sometimes they have graded fits, like at the end of the year, like Old Navy or the Gap, they will have that where they'll have a whole fit meeting.
From size 0?
Right, all the way to size 24.
Yes.
Yeah, but they do that like once a year. But really, they should have 3 models every time they fit.
Petite, average, and tall.
Yeah,
there you go.
Would be wonderful.
Yeah. That's how it really should be done.
And I think that's common sense. I don't. Maybe it's a money thing that they don't want to do that.
It is a money thing.
Of course.
I think if you make what the women want, we'll buy it.
Right.
I know
Absolutely.
I will.
And also, there's another issue too that I want to talk about too, because I have over the years being a fit model and being a lucrative fit model for a lot of companies. There's a lot of companies who actually try to make forms on my body.
Yes.
So you have to be also careful about who you're giving your specs to and who you're allowing to measure you, because right now there's a couple of models right now actually who have lawsuits with different companies who actually try to make forms of their bodies.
It's true.
Oh, I wish I could go on with this, but we are out of time. That is fascinating to me. All right, thank you, Tricia Campbell Larissa Laurel. Thank y'all for coming. I enjoyed talking to y'all. I hope that you'll come back.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And talk some more about fit. In the meantime, my name is Sharon Quinn. I'm the original Runway Diva. You guys have been watching Model Behavior. And until next time, class is dismissed. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.